that I find fascinating about this, Mick, you just said it. This is the one proposed change that saves CMS the most
Right.
money should it pass. But what that should mean to plans is watch this change. It's the most impactful one of the bunch. The funny thing about that, I was with a group of about maybe 35 or 40 CEOs earlier this spring. We were talking about stars, talking about the changes, right? Because y'all know I don't believe stars is a thing. My whole MO is stars should be the measured output of good business processes by every department in the organization, not just something that a team does all by themselves.
Yeah.
So we're talking to these CEOs. Again, this within the lens, this is the most impactful change CMS has proposed. I start talking about all the changes. One, this group of 35 or 40 CEOs didn't even know most of the actual changes that were passed. When we got to this one, their eyes all glazed over because the measures are mathematically complex. The measures
Yeah.
themselves are mathematically complex. And then if you think about the math path, which I know has sort of dirty, some people love it, some people hate it, right? But the reality is MA is a data game and a math game, stars is a data game and a math game. The star ratings math path is a second math puzzle on top of the measure math puzzle. Not a single one had the appetite to listen to anything about what the change was, why it mattered, how to win, how you could lose. I think it's going to be it's an interesting challenge of what do you do if you're the operator and you're looking at executives with their eyes glazed over, worried about OIG and risk adjustment and 24, fee for service payment changes.
Right.
How do you get them to pay enough attention to this complex math path if you're just the stars team person trying to, toot the horn or wave the flag? This is a steep task for our stars friends in
It
the
is,
nation.
but you have to get them to listen, get them to understand. We were shocked a couple of years ago when Tukey came out, and we got involved in more leadership team discussions with Tukey than we ever had, by a long shot. And then this year, all of this comes out, and it's like this tidal wave of impacts that we ended up, changing a lot of the stuff that we do because this is coming down the pipe. Some of it is already guaranteed for sure, but I think QI, like you said, Melissa, it's the biggest cost savers, so it is coming down the pipe. There could be some variance, maybe it's 4.5, but this is coming. And so, we've been invited to talk to more or requested to talk to more leadership teams about this than by Tukey, probably twice as many, because there are a lot of complicated pieces here. And the math, you can explain the math, but it's very different to explain the math at a conceptual level than lay out like what it's going to do to your contract or what it would have done in stars 2023 to help kind of put some kind of meat on that so you really understand. And I think the reality is you have all this stuff that came out, reward factor, all the stuff that got actually finalized. And I think most plans have been focused on that stuff, knowing it's real and there. And this one's not real and there formally yet. And to your point, it's pretty complicated, the details of it. So it doesn't surprise me at all that a lot of those CEOs didn't hear about it. But this is going to be impactful for everyone. So I think this is one of those things that absolutely needs to get raised. First, you need to have clear understanding on the ground, about
Mhm.
what this is doing, how to impact it, how to prepare for it. But then you've got to raise it up because this has the potential to change a lot of scores in the near term.